In other politics, what, according...
Is there any other politics?
What, according to Miriam Gonzalez Durantes, have women been doing for years?
Faking it. But she's talking about faking it with all your clothes on, your knickers pulled up and you're in the office asking for a pay rise. She's saying we've got to appear to be confident. It's so easy for her to say that. I drivel, isn't it?
Say what you think, Janet. It's just no...
Do you know what? There's nothing I hate more than a woman who earns $170,000 a year telling other women how to live their lives. Like, it's so easy. You're working in a shop, you want a pay rise, you're going to go in and say, all right, I'm confident because Miriam told me to be confident. Go down really well.
Don't you think it's slightly embarrassing when the wife of the Deputy Prime Minister says, well, we've all been faking it, haven't we? What's Clegg sitting there thinking?
This is what she said, Mrs. Clegg. Women have been faking lots of things during history, no? So if you're going to fake something, fake self-confidence. Is that good advice, Catherine, do you think?
She's gotten somewhere, so I feel like I'll listen a bit. My little sister, for example, jobless for years, gives loads of advice. I believe in having self-confidence, but it should be genuine, should it not?
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to get you a pay rise in the current climate, being really brutal. And I hate people giving out advice, because you're kind of put on the spot all the time, aren't you? People are like, what's your advice be? Well, my advice would be, don't listen to advice from famous people.
Including you.
Thank you, Ian.
Sorry.
Including you too.
No, it was a logical trap.
Yeah, all right, it was a logical trap.
Can I just say how pleased I am with Ian to be appearing on Loose Women? It's always been a ambition of mine to be on the show, and here I am. It's great.
On the subject of air travel, what did we learn this week about women pilots?
Oh, God. I don't know, I'm just dreading where this is going.
No, nurse?
They're better.
Well, a survey found that 51% of passengers wouldn't trust a woman pilot. The survey was commissioned by a travel agent who surveyed 49 normal people, then repeatedly asked Godfrey until they got to... I'm doing you a terrible disservice. I feel sure you are far more enlightened than that.
I know you've said that women aren't very good drivers, but they're much better than men at finding the mustard in the pantry. And I wondered, was that a euphemism? Like, have you often found yourself, you know, with women and you feel like you've been rummaging for ages in the pantry and... You know, she's screaming, you just can't find the mustard. Is that... where that came from?
Right, so are we talking French or English?
What is the Anti-Growth Coalition?
It's an imaginary group of enemies. If you are doing very, very badly in the polls and you have no ideas, traditionally, you invent an enemy. You just list everybody and say they're anti-growth. They're anti-her. I mean, if she thinks she is some sort of growth.
Liz Truss said that the Anti-Growth Coalition included Labour, the Lib Dems and the SNP. The Daily Mail said Number 10 won't rule out Jamie Oliver.
Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features, as its guest publication, Oil Installer, the magazine of the heating industry.
That looks like my local priest.
And we start with, I look forward to the arrival of Oil Installer magazine, but
I must get out more instead.
If anyone gets this, I'll give you £100 of my own money.
OK, right, here we go. I look forward to the arrival of Oil Installer magazine, but I wish you had more colour photographs to indicate the wide-ranging aspects of our industry.
The opposite.
I look forward
I'll give you £100.
It's gone too
The answer is, I look forward to the arrival of Oil Installer magazine, but we are a niche specialist magazine and we should keep it that way. Next, what, missing for more than a century, rediscovered by scientists?
Theresa May.
The answer is faceless fish, missing for more than a century, rediscovered by scientists. This is the faceless fish that was spotted this week for the first time in Australia since 1873. According to the scientist who found the fish, you can't see any eyes, any gills or any mouth. I think what you found there, mate, is a stick. Next, what? No longer a dirty word.
Coffee.
Dirty. Oil.
Oil, no longer a dirty word. According to oil installer, oil is no longer a dirty word. Well, that depends on your point of view. For some, oil is refined. For others, it's crude. And finally, big birds are more likely to what?
Fly short distances. Cluck longer.
Big birds are more likely to be faithful. Scientists revealed this week that birds with small brains are associated with promiscuity, with females being the guiltiest of all. According to the research, the albatross was the most faithful bird, followed by the guillemot, while the common shag was what they called the sparrow who lived opposite. Fingers on buzzers, teams. Here's the next one.
This is the Pope. Karaoke night. He wanted to be friendlier to gays and to gay people and to people who are divorced, and he was trying to push this through, and the General Synod said, oh, no, it's too modern for us.
Yeah, well, that's right. The Conservative bishops wouldn't agree to the wording of a document the Pope wanted to publish, encouraging the Church to be more welcoming. So what did the Pope do?
Well, he leaked it anyway.
Didn't he just say we'll have another vote next year and then we'll have another vote the year off and eventually they'll just vote the way he tells them to because he's infallible?
Did he backtrack and say that we should be tolerant without embracing? Because that is how you catch gay. Everyone knows that.
This document regarding the Vatican's stance on homosexuality, it has a Latin name.
Oh, yes.
Do you know what that is?
No.
It's relatio.
No.
It is.
Is that when we normally go to a commercial break?
According to the Times, what has the Pope recently hired out for the first time?
Sistine Chapel.
It is the
Is that for corporates?
It was a corporate event.
Yeah, Porsche hired it for a concert. Although at the same time, the Pope has put a limit on the annual number of visitors a year to the Sistine Chapel. What's the limit going to be?
Well, it's millions, presumably. I mean, you only get about 5 seconds in there. You have to queue for 3 hours to get to the Sistine Chapel. You get in there and someone says, shut up, shut up, shut up. And then you try and take a picture and you get out.
But why is he limiting the numbers? 6 million is the limit.
So we can do more corporates.
Protect the artwork.
Yeah, to protect the artwork from what?
People.
The Pope thinks it's the bad breath and body odour of the people. It's damaging the frescoes.
No.
Yeah?
God, I've worked with so many smelly men, not you, Paul, but...
Have you lost your sense of smell?
I'm just thinking in my long TV career, I've worked with a lot of very smelly
Who were
people.
you thinking of?
Yeah, let's have it. Initials.
Just do an impression.
Initials would be easier.
No, I can't do impressions.
Oh.
But surely people are less smelly now than when the Sistine Chapel was built.
No, I've got a list of smellies. Actually, I've worked with female smellies as well. But usually they have big hair, which is a plus, because you can't get anywhere near them anyway.
Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication Reg Transfers, the magazine for the world of personal number plates. And we start with Simon Cowell reveals what?
Reveals his number plate.
You probably can't see Simon Cowell's number plate for all the cigarette smoke billowing around his pregnant girlfriend. Did you see? There were pictures of... Did you not see that?
Were people smoking?
There's a picture of him in a car, fagging away, pregnant girlfriend in the passenger seat.
Unbelievable.
Lovely.
I thought he was evil before, but...
Simon Cowell reveals his baby name choice is Simon.
Oh.
The baby's due in February. Simon Cowell's already got a high chair, some tiny clothes and a booster seat. All he needs now is to get some stuff for the baby. Next, Cornelius Gurlitt has been hiding what?
Is it complete as it is? Just been hiding.
That's the Nazi art.
Masterpieces, yeah.
I will give you that. Cornelius Gurlitt has been hiding secret Nazi art stash.
Yeah.
All the paintings were confiscated in the early 1940s, or as art historians call it, Hitler's angry period. Next, in Essex, we all have what?
Automatic weapons. An intrinsic knowledge of our local area. Personalised number plates.
Personalised plates.
Yeah.
There we are, yes. In Essex, we all have personal plates. I wanted my initials on my car, but I didn't fancy splashing out in a personalised number plate, so I just bought a second-hand AA van. Brilliant. Next, police dogs will receive what?
I know this.
Go on, then.
Pensions. They're going to get pensions.
Pensions?
Absolutely right.
And rightly so.
Yeah.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
I can't believe nobody said truncheon meat.
Now, they did. That response is the reason why nobody did.
Next, George W. Bush planning what?
A gallery, an exhibition.
Yeah.
He's going to open an exhibition.
Yeah, but that's almost there, yes. He's planning to paint a series of... He's planning to paint a... Oh, Lord.
George W. Bush planning to paint portrait series
of world
leaders. God, we used to accuse him of not being able to read.
Yeah. According to the Telegraph, he is also known to dabble in landscapes, as the people of Iraq know only too well. And finally, David Suchet admits to what when playing Poirot?
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah. What is it?
Yes, he's got a penny up his arse, hasn't he? So it helps him mince the walk.
Oh, absolutely right, yep. David Suchet admits to clenching a penny between his buttocks when playing Poirot.
Which he learnt from Laurence Olivier.
Yeah.
Who I think had more than pennies up his arse at one stage.
Right down to the line, Godfrey.
Sorry. I know you won't ask me back.
So at the final...
Although they did go to Liz Truss's event, what was that called?
I've learnt nothing.
Yeah, Let's Make Britain Grow Again, that was called.
Let's remove this growth. Has this woman no shame?
The conference did last longer than her premiership.
But why is Nigel Farage there? What's he doing at the conference? What does it mean?
Well, he's taken over the party.
Some people say he's going to be leader. He's going to become...
Leader of what?
Well, it's the Conservative Party. He'll come in as leader.
You're just trying to scare people late at night.
It's the charisma. It's the sort of froggy charisma of the man. No. This is what's being said, and I tell you what, some Conservatives are delighted because of his electoral attributes. How did this man, Gawain Towler, former UKIP aide, how did he explain Farage's appeal?
Well, first of all, he was very annoyed because he was raised from the dead.
This is the poster boy for Rishi's anti-smoking campaign, all right? This is what he's doing.
It's quite the turn of phrase. He explained Nigel Farage's appeal.
Oh, right, did he? Go on, I'd love to hear it.
All right. As I say, brace yourselves. He told the Politico website, Nigel Farage has this unerring ability to touch the clitoris of public opinion.
Can we get 5 buckets?
James Bond.
Wow. Oh, go the crowd.
You see, people are going, oh, like you don't all know that he's a terrible wazzock. James Bond has been a repetitive, ghastly bore for decades. He used to make bad jokes. Now he makes no jokes. He manages to combine, uniquely, I think, violence and sexism with a sort of weird camp fussiness about everything he eats and drinks and does. And yet, women are supposed to find him irresistible because he has special pens. He's clearly a terrible spy. I think it's in, is it The Spy Who Loved Me? There's one where he jumps over a cliff with a parachute featuring a giant Union flag, revealing that he's failed to grasp the basic principles of international espionage. Yes. 30 years later, Skyfall, he can't even keep one old lady safe, which is not surprising, because his big escape plan is to get away from the helicopters by running across a pitch-black moor with a lantern.
Skyfall did sort of win me back a bit. I remember, you know when you see a film you really love, I walk back to the car. You know when you kind of do like your James Bond. And when I went up to the car, I got my dibber. And it was like it was some super gadget. I just went like, had to open the car doors. And the lights came on in the car, and I could see the baby seat in the back. And it...
He takes up poker, which he never played in the books. Suddenly in Casino Royale, he comes in, the new one, as a poker player. He's terrible at poker. The art of reading people at poker is a very fine and nuanced ability to pick up, you know, the faintest change in someone's breathing, in the maths of their betting patterns. James Bond can't beat a man whose eyes bleed when he's bluffing.
I'll tell you what he plays. I think it's in Goldfinger. There's a tense scene. When Goldfinger says, "So, Mr. Bond, does he have a beard?"
How could you improve Bond then?
Thank you for watching.